Hello guys, it's me, the Quest of Anime here, and today we're doing a video on harem anime, rom-com, and romance. Decided to bundle the three of them because my opinions on all three of them are very similar. But before we get into that, I want to thank you guys for the massive support you've been giving on that Ichika video I made. Legit, the last time I checked this was in 59 and now it's 61. But like really, thank you guys for the support on this. I didn't expect this much views this quickly. So thank you. But on to the video. So lately, ever since last year, I've been very into rom-com and romance animes for three specific reasons, if you want to know. One, well, actually, it's not three specific reasons. It's because Toradora, We Never Learn, and Clannad I watched legit the same month, and after watching those three animes, which I gotta say was one of my three all-time favorites of like the three genres. I gotta say, it's called. It made me have a love for this genre. Legit. Ever since watching those, I've been watching a lot more romance animes, rom-coms, and harem animes more than I've ever watched. More than I watch shonen and stuff nowadays. Heck, I think I could even make a big tier list on that. I might make that in the future. But on to the topic in hand. So I want to talk about about the genres because to me these genres are amazing, but there are times where I watched it and I watched some terrible ones, I watched some decent ones, and I watched some very good ones. The genre kind of varies for me. Which it makes sense because all genres kind of vary, but this one specifically. But because these genres are such a mixed bag for me, I have what's called a greater understanding of this genre and why I like it and why I dislike it. So I feel like I want to talk about why I like this genre and why I hate this genre. Now, I think I want to start with positives because there's no lie. For some reason, I'm good at talking negative than I am at positive, and I don't want to start negative because I think these genres are amazing. So, on to the first point. So the first point is more leaning towards the harem anime as a whole. So, when it comes to harem animes, as you can see through the list, there is a lot of characters. And although I don't like them to be a lot of characters because if you watch those types of animes, you can tell that some characters get the spotlight, some don't. Some are terrible, some are decent. But what I always noticed is there's always been at least one or two characters where I think they did an amazing job in. Like, it's called like We Never Learn. I really love I really love her. She's one of my favorite characters in the harem genre as a whole. Let's see what else. We all know I like Ichika. I like this dude's cousin. Where is she at? I love this dude's cousin. Clannad, I don't really have an opinion because I like some of the characters. But yeah, you get the point. There is a lot of good characters when it comes to the harem genre, and I gotta say that's a really good thing. Even though some of them have their lack of screen time, some of them are pretty bad. They, for the most part, I've noticed they have some really good hidden gems and good characters as a whole. So I think that's one of the major positives for me. Another positive is its plot points. I really love plot points when it comes to these genres. Some of them are pretty amazing and well written. Some examples of this to show you what I mean is the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. I love that movie. That's a 10 out of 10. Whoever made that movie made a masterpiece. And I also love this arc. The one was this girl. I'm telling you, they did an amazing job with this. But for a non-movie example, we got, well, I can't find one on the top of my head, but you get the point. some of them have some amazing plot points, and I really enjoyed it. Although they don't have a story to begin with, because no offense to some of these animes other than romance, I would say there's not really an overall story, there's just a plot. But some of these plot points are amazing to me. I think they did a super good job executing it. And that leads on to my next positive point, which is next plot point is the next one is theme. There are some amazing lessons and themes that come out of these animes. I can't name one on the top of my head, but I can show you like one or two animes that I say has amazing, let's call it themes. Okay, I would go with for the first one is quintessential quintuplets because during season 2 there were moments where there were moments in season 2 where the girls were how to say I'll use Ichika because again I really love Ichika. Uh, her moments in season 2 where she prioritized what's called love over her sisters, and if you see that whole character arc, there's an overall theme about family because in the end she kind of realized how wrong she was and stuff like that, and I like that. Another one is when it comes to this anime and this anime. Those two animes, for me at least, have like this very good theme. Well, more like character moments, but I consider it a theme of inferiority complex. Like the two characters, they kind of what's it called feel overshadowed by the talents of the other characters, and seeing that in action is just so what's it called good. I just love a sense of realism, and seeing characters have such a real emotion like that, it just hits different, you know? So now let's go to negatives. I didn't like to start on positives, but like most people tend to click the beginning of an episode of a video more than the end of a video. So I want to start positive. So when it comes to negatives, one of the massive negatives I hate, and this is a harem negative, is their decision to make the MC very, very dense. I don't use this word often, but I hate that. Don't do that. That is annoying. Like I've never watched Infinite Stratos. I plan on watching it, but like I've seen the main character. He's the most densest thing in the world, and I hate that. It leads to weird moments, awkward moments, and also like frustration for me. I don't like to see people who are so blunt. Although when we never learned the MC is blunt, not blunt. What's it called? I meant dense. Although the MC is dense in We Never Learn, he's not as dense as this, and at least he's actually a good character in my opinion. But let's see, another point. So I'm going to use this point specifically because it happened so many times for me, and here's some examples of where it happened. It happened in yesterday here in this anime, and also in the yesterday anime, it happened and I disliked it, but in Fuka, I really disliked it. My God. Don't do that archetype of MC has a crush on one girl, he dates the one girl, then he realizes he actually loves the other girl. I hate that. That archetype, which happens a few times in animes, is so annoying. The amount of drama that comes out of that just pisses me off. I just have to say that as a whole. That's not a good archetype. Kind of feels rude to the person, the first woman you liked. Like he liked this girl, and then later on he realized he actually likes this girl. It kind of feels like he's insulting her by what's it called by changing moods that quickly. And finally, another thing I dislike is how whenever you watch a harem, of course, multiple girls like the same guy, of course, right? That's what we call a harem anime. It wouldn't be called a harem anime like that. But one thing I really dislike is how sometimes a character likes the MC for seemingly little to no reason. I know in real life you fall in love with someone, right? Sometimes it's love at first sight. I get that. But it really not bores me, really confuses me when like the character has like a sudden love for them. See, I like to see the actual slow but surely development of the girl starting to love the MC. That's very nice. I don't like it to be sudden. It's just weird to me. Well, it's not weird. It feels like it's rushed. But like when the girl actually likes them for a specific reason, it's just nice to see the whole thing play out. Like for example, I mentioned how I liked where's she at? Mentioned that I liked her, right? Well, when it came to her, she was the spoiler. She was the last person to fall in love with the MC, other than the teacher and the senpai, of course. Her how to say it? How the build up to that love was amazing to me. I think that was executed really well. But yeah, that's all I have for negatives. This genre is amazing in my opinion. I think you guys should give it a solid. Think you should give it like a really solid shot if you iffy about the genre. I would admit there are. This is the type of genre that can go eat south real quick, like bad wise, or go really good. I have never seen it too much in betweens. I've always seen that like you either goes one way because they use a lot of what's called what's called archetypes, or it goes another way by uniqueness and other amazing and also amazing characters. So yeah, this can go either way when you watch it, but I really say this genre is amazing in its own right. I would suggest it to anyone. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys then.